Welcome to Broken Arrow Trail in Sedona, Arizona. We're kicking off this legendary adventure at the trailhead, and on the left, you can see my buddy's Ford F-150 waiting, ready to follow along. I'll be taking the lead today, and with the camera mounted on the front bumper, you'll get an up-close view of every obstacle and scenic moment this trail has to offer. As we start, there's a two-wheel drive Tacoma ahead of us, giving it a go on this first bump. You'll notice them struggle a bit as they tackle this initial obstacle. It's a small step, but not as easy as it looks. Once the Tacoma gets through the obstacle, it's my turn. I ease up to the step, keeping it nice and steady. With just the right approach and throttle, it's a smooth climb. From here, the trail opens up a bit, and I settle into a comfortable pace, cruising along the rugged terrain. The rocks crunch under the tires, and you can feel the sense of adventure with every twist and turn. A minute later, we catch up with the Tacoma again. Looks like they've stopped over on the trail, probably pausing to take some cool pictures. And who can blame them, as the views out here are absolutely breathtaking. We come up to the first major obstacle of the trail, where the adventure really begins. The path gets steeper, the rocks more challenging, and it's time to put the truck's capabilities to the test. I take it slow and steady, making my way through while my buddy and the ladies hang back to capture some great footage. This part includes some hilarious clips from my wife's phone. As I approach the steps, she can't help but ask, "Where are you going?" and then, "Are you kidding me?" Her reactions are priceless as the truck climbs higher, making light work of the challenge. After I clear the obstacle, my buddy takes his F-150 up the steps like a pro. Meanwhile, the Tacoma owner has decided to call it a day on the trail. Instead of continuing, they're making the most of the moment by snapping some cool pictures of their truck, with the stunning red rocks in the background, a classic Sedona shot. Once we move on, that's the last we see of them. It's a reminder that every driver takes something different away from the trail, whether it's conquering the terrain or just soaking in the views. With the obstacle behind us, we take off again, diving deeper into the trail. The video shifts into a time-lapse, capturing the rugged beauty of the Broken Arrow Trail as we wind our way through its twists and turns. It's a mesmerizing view of the red rocks and jagged terrain that make this place so iconic. Every so often, we slow the footage back down to real time to highlight the more interesting parts of the trail. These moments show the raw detail of the path: tight turns, rocky climbs, and the ever-changing landscape. It's a perfect balance of motion and pause, giving you a true sense of the adventure while appreciating the beauty of this incredible terrain. As we approach the one-way section of the trail, we make sure to keep right, as it's part of the loop. The trail opens up a bit here, and we follow the signs, staying on the correct path as we continue our journey. It's a nice break from the tighter sections, but we're still taking it easy, enjoying the ride and the stunning scenery around us. As we continue along the trail, the path starts to narrow in places, making it tricky for multiple vehicles to pass. At one point, I have to back up a bit to let the pink Jeeps and a few other vehicles pass by. It's one of those moments where patience and awareness are key. There's plenty of room for everyone, but sometimes you need to make sure everyone gets through safely. We keep cruising, taking it slow and steady. The trail's twists and turns demand focus, and we slow down at times to make sure we're giving space for others to pass when needed. It's a great example of off-roading etiquette, respecting the trail and the other drivers, while still soaking in the beauty of the surroundings. We continue along the trail, once again taking it slow. There are a few spots where the terrain gets a bit tricky, so we ease off the throttle and navigate carefully. At times we let other vehicles pass by, making sure everyone has enough space to keep moving safely. It's a reminder that off-roading isn't just about conquering obstacles. It's also about sharing the trail and respecting others along the way. We come to a fork in the trail, and while the left turn would have taken us to the famous chicken point, we totally missed that turn. Instead, we take the right, which leads us towards the Mushroom Rock area, a highlight of the trail. Although we missed the chicken point viewpoint, Mushroom Rock more than makes up for it. The views here are absolutely stunning, with the iconic red rocks stretching out in every direction. It's one of those places where you can just stop, take it all in, and and appreciate the beauty of Sedona's landscape. We stop for a break at Mushroom Rock, and it's the perfect spot for lunch.
That is not a
While the ladies get to work making sandwiches, the kids are off, climbing the rocks and exploring the area. It's one of those moments when everyone gets to enjoy the surroundings in their own way. I take the opportunity to capture some aerial footage, giving you a stunning view of the vast landscape that stretches out before us. Sedona's red rocks and desert beauty are absolutely mesmerizing from up above. We spend a little time here, soaking in the views and relaxing before we hit the trail again. In the meantime, we see a group of pink Jeep tour folks having a blast, bouncing up and down over the obstacles. It's always fun to watch others tackle the terrain, especially when they're having as much fun as these passengers are. It's our turn now, and our vehicles are more than capable of tackling these obstacles with just as much fun as the Jeep tours we watched earlier. We line up, and the excitement builds as we approach the obstacle. There's a sense of anticipation in the air, Our trucks are built to handle the rough terrain, and we know it's going to be a blast. I ease the truck into position and approach the climb. The rocks are jagged, but the truck handles it smoothly, climbing up with steady traction. I've added a cell phone clip showing the action from outside the vehicle, capturing the moment as it happened. You can see the truck tackling the climb and handling the rocks from a fresh perspective. It's always fun to watch from the outside, and it really shows how well the truck is navigating the terrain. As I crest the obstacle and start the descent, the truck's suspension flexes, absorbing the bumps with ease. It's a thrilling ride, and every part of the trail feels like it's pushing us to challenge our limits. The rugged terrain is no match for our rigs, and we take it all in with big smiles.
Driver. Yeah. Camera is. All right. एक तो भी driver काट पूरे driver. Go. Good. अच्छा काटा driver. Slow. Driver. Good. Next in. Wait. Stop. पछाडि. अब सीधा. Stop.
Once I clear the obstacle, I pull aside, and it's my buddy's turn. His F-150 is just as capable, and I watch as he lines up, taking a moment to gauge the path ahead. With a steady hand on the wheel, he confidently powers through the same descent. The truck bounces slightly as it makes its way over the rocks, but with the right approach, it handles it just as smoothly. It's amazing to see both trucks tackle the challenge, each with its own strengths and style. The sense of accomplishment is palpable as we both clear the obstacle with ease, proving that our rigs are built for this kind of adventure. It's a great feeling, knowing we've got the tools to handle this kind of terrain, and there's a sense of camaraderie as we conquer the obstacles together. We're not just out here to tackle the trail, we're here to enjoy the journey, share the experience, and have fun in the process. We continue down the trail, taking it easy and allowing some of the other vehicles to pass by us. The trail's narrow in spots, and with so many others out here enjoying the same adventure, it's only right to make space when we can. we slow down, pulling over to let the pink Jeeps and a few other vehicles make their way through. It's all part of the fun, and the trail's just as much about sharing the experience with others as it is about tackling the obstacles. As we move forward, the scenery keeps impressing, and we maintain a steady pace, taking in the views while letting others enjoy the trail as well. It's a great mix of exploration and camaraderie. There's a real sense of respect for the shared adventure, and we're all here for the same reason: to enjoy the beauty of Sedona and the challenge of the Broken Arrow Trail. Finally, we come to the infamous Devil's Staircase, one of the most notorious obstacles on the trail. It's a steep, rocky descent that has intimidated many off-roaders, but with careful navigation, we're ready to take it on. I've got some footage from the bumper camera showing the close-up action as we approach, and I've also captured some drone shots of the descent, giving you a bird's-eye view of how we tackle this tricky section. It's all about precision here. Every move counts. With my buddy in tow, we take it slow and steady, carefully maneuvering through each step of the descent. This is my buddy's first time on the Broken Arrow Trail, so we're extra cautious, making sure there are no surprises. The terrain is rough, and we don't want to risk anything, so we make sure each truck has enough time to navigate the rocks and obstacles without feeling rushed. With some patience and a steady hand on the wheel, we both make it down without any problems. The trucks perform flawlessly, and we share a sense of accomplishment as we conquer one of the most talked about challenges on the trail. With that obstacle behind us, the ride smooths out. And we cruise along the final stretch of the Broken Arrow Trail. The scenery here is just as breathtaking as when we started. Red rocks towering around us, and the sense of adventure lingering in the air. As we approach the end, or rather, the beginning of the trail, it's the perfect time to reflect on what a journey it's been. From the early challenges of navigating the rocky terrain to the camaraderie with fellow off-roaders, every moment has added to the experience. The trail tested our skills, our vehicles, and our patience at times, but it also rewarded us with unforgettable views, exciting obstacles, and the joy of conquering them together. Whether it's your first time or your 10th, Broken Arrow Trail never fails to deliver. It's a place where you can push your limits, bond with your trail partners, and fully embrace the beauty and adventure of Sedona's rugged landscape. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Whether you're an off-roading enthusiast or just along for the ride, I hope this gave you a glimpse of what makes this trail so special. Until next time, stay safe, keep exploring, and we'll see you out on the trails.